Welcome to another video. Zach here. I am so appreciative of you stopping by, and I want to enrich your mind today with some powerful thoughts based on my worldview. You see, I want this video to be unedited. I do not want to cut it and paste and do anything with it. I just want you to get the raw version of my thinking and my worldview, because I believe that I want to build an authentic channel with an authentic community who knows who I am and how I think. And who I am and how I think now is totally different from who I was a few years back, because I was more shaped by dogmas of society and religious activities and religious beliefs. So I embarked on a journey to discover what all these beliefs are all about and why people think like this, and I realized that it's a matter of control that causes people to think like this. Think like what? What I'm talking about is riches. I used to hear a lot of people, I still hear, because I don't listen to those people anymore, but people still talk about riches as if it is something taboo. And the people who make it sound taboo are poor people, because religion has taught that it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven. And so that being a misconstrued, misinterpreted scripture, people take it as some gospel that they should run with, and it also encourages laziness, because when a person don't work hard enough to get rich, they can earn a little and feel okay because they sort of have a license to do so. That's how they feel. And not just a license from a scripture, but it is preached in churches, and it is talked about in homes, and it is talked about at the workplaces, and when you're on the road and when you're in the cars, driving about your own business, walking out. So many people have the same worldview that it is not the best thing for you to get rich, or to have a lot of money, because a lot of people don't understand what money is. So they believe it is something evil. So if you harness a whole lot of it, you're going to change and you're going to become someone else, and you're going to start doing evil because you have a lot of money. But nothing could be further from the truth, because evil persons have money and good persons have money. People use money to do evil, and people use money to do good, right? Money simply enhances a person's ability to do. It gives people options. Money, in my view, is simply a tool. But here's how religion put it. Religion says, bring your tithe and offering, right? They say that God needs money, right? So bring your tithe and offering. Come put all your tithe and offering, and sometimes when they're asking for offering, they're asking you to give until it hurts, so give as much as you can to the religious organization so that it may grow. Now, if you think poor, act poor, and have a little bit of money to give to them, what good does that do for they themselves? But it puts them in a place of control, because the leader of the religious institution, he's bathing in all the money he wants, right? And all the persons he's preaching to are of a different mindset, and they're working their butts off doing simple jobs and not thinking that they can grow and go further in life by getting rich. So this is one of the things that caused me to start looking deeper into life. And I grew up poor. So, I had questions, because I could observe around me that many others were not poor. So why am I poor, and why can I not afford this and that and that and this? And Listen, what I know is if you suffer enough, like I did, you will no longer be afraid of getting rich. When your suffering has reached to a place where there is nothing left for you to lose, then there's no more taboo to talk about. There's no more taboo to think about, because you need now to change your entire reality to something totally different in your entire way of thinking so that you can become more. And that's what I had to do, and that's what I did. I became more, and I realized my eyes are opened, because now with this new knowledge I am so much more prosperous, and I don't feel guilt. I mean, how can I feel guilt because I have a hammer to nail a nail into a piece of wood? What's to be guilty about that? Oh, they might say nothing, right? But if money is a tool, why should I feel guilty about having money? All I do is use money. Money has never done me anything. Money has only given me options to do what I want. And that is what money does for everybody. I've never heard of money getting up, putting on foot and hands and doing stuff. It is people that uses money to do things. Therefore, I want to read something from a very interesting book that I found on my journey of reinvention, because when I say I reinvented myself, I had to throw away a lot of friends, a lot of religious folks, a lot of religious activities. And no, I'm not religious right now. Not because I'm wearing some locks or whatever. I'm no Rastafarian or anything of the sort. This is just my way of expressing my true feelings at this point. I like locks for now. So this is just fashion, right? And me expressing, my inner strength at this time. I believe that a lion should have a mane. Let's see. So I'm gonna read something from this very interesting book that I found on my reinvention journey. It's called The Science of Getting Rich. The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. Okay? It is a very powerful and interesting book. And there is a section in it, in chapter 1, that says, "You're right to be rich." And it goes like this: "Whatever may be said in praise of poverty, the fact remains that it is not possible to live a really complete or successful life unless one is rich. No person can rise to his greatest possible height in talent or soul development unless he has plenty of money. In order to unfold the soul and to develop talent, he must have many things to use, and he cannot have these things unless he has money to buy them with. People develop in mind, soul, and body by making use of things, and society is so organized that people must have money in order to become the possessor of things. Therefore, the basis of all human advancement must be the science of getting rich." I'm gonna read just a little bit more, but look at it this way. If you are a tree that grows up and bear no fruit, humans would cut you down and say, "You're not fruitful, so you're just gonna be used either for wood or to be thrown in the fire. You're useless." If trees are so required to produce, and their options are not great because they stay in one position, but they are required by nature to produce. And we humans who are in control of them, we watch them and we see if they are producing, right? We prune them to ensure that they produce properly, and we make use of them when they produce. So they produce and give to us. Okay, so what about humans now who have more than one options, right? We can move about and go wherever we want. In fact, we can create from our very thought. How much more then is required of us? How much more then? So why is it that we should not be rich? Why is that? How good do we feel when we look upon a mango tree or some fruit tree and see abundance of fruits? We feel happy. We feel like, wow, yes, this is it. This fruit tree has produced. So why should we not be the same? Let me continue. The object of all life. The object of all life is development. Just like a tree from a seed, it grows up to a seedling, then into a big tree. Suddenly it starts giving you shade, giving you fruits. Okay. The object of all life is development. Everything that lives has an inalienable right to all the development it is capable of attaining. A person's right to life means his right to have the free and unrestricted use of all the things which may be necessary to his fullest mental, spiritual, and physical unfolding. In other words, his right to be rich. On this channel, I will not talk to you about riches in a figurative way, but in a pragmatic way. Philosophy is good. On this channel, I will talk about money in a practical way. I'll talk about how we can use our mind to change our existence. But most of all, I want you to know that you have the right to be rich. It's not just a right to be rich that you have. It's a birthright. Once you were born, you were made for that. You were made for abundance. You were made to glow. You were made to be great. You weren't made to be placed in a little box, be called a sheep, be called a slave, be called somebody else's property. No. You weren't made for that. You were born a king, you were born a queen. But society changed that as you grow. It is now up to you to shake off all of the dogmas of society and transform yourself back into who you are. You weren't born to walk among chickens. You were born to soar like an eagle to the highest heights. That is what I want you to know. Once again, this is Zach Saw. These are my raw thoughts. And this is the purpose of this channel, to encourage you to change your life by changing the narratives around. Don't let religion keep you poor. Get rich, and you will do much better for yourself and everyone else around you. Your entire world is waiting to be changed by you. Go do it, because you can.